Ever since the first day of your self-improvement journey, you've been on this constant cycle where you will get on your goals, you'd be really good with the habits, sticking to it, sticking to your routines, seeing some results, and then you'll fall off. You will constantly fall off, and then you'll get back on it like a week later, right? And you'll stick to these goals for like a little week, right? Your habits, your routines, and then you'll fall off again. And you'll fall off again, and you're constantly in this cycle where you're on and off, on and off, on and off, and I totally get it, because I used to be there. I used to be there for so long where I would be like, it would just get frustrated. I'd be like, what the world is happening? Like, why can I not just stick to my habits and stick to my routines long enough to where I can start seeing results in my life? And it wasn't until I realized this one thing that's really holding me back. And the thing is, I'm gonna tell it straight up right now, bro, you're not gonna reach your goals. I'm gonna be so honest. Like, you're not gonna reach your goals. I don't believe you can do it. It's not for me to sound like a dickhead, bro. Like, I'm not trying to sound messed up or nothing. But it's like, I just don't think you can do it with who you currently are. And the problem with self-improvement, and it's very easy to kind of overlook this, is that when you first get on self-improvement, tell me, you probably did the same things I did. Where we went on YouTube, we started watching all these videos on self-improvement, and the people are talking about cold showers, going to the gym, going on walks, and all these other type of things, right? But they tell you how to build yourself up, which is an amazing thing. They tell you how to build yourself up, but they don't tell you how to build the foundation. They tell you how to build a skyscraper, but they don't tell you how to build the foundation that's gonna support the skyscraper. You want to build yourself up, but currently the foundation that you have is only built to support a 2-story building. It's not meant to support a 50-story, 100-story, 200-story building. And what do I mean by foundation? By foundation, I'm talking about who you are, your identity, your limited beliefs, your stories, your perspective on the world. That's your foundation. Because the honest truth with becoming successful is that in order to become successful, you have to be that person who is already successful, or at least align yourself and align your lifestyle to the person who already is successful. And the thing is, this is something that I forgot about, like this. I'm gonna be so honest, this entire year is kind of something that's kind of like slipped up out of my hands. I kept trying to chase this version of myself who has X, Y, and Z, and so I put myself in that bubble of, I don't have this, I need to constantly chase it. And this was a deep realization that I rediscovered, because once I realized that I needed to align myself with the version of myself who already has those things, naturally, I started just doing things that my future self who already is successful started doing. I stopped chasing this version of myself who has all these things and just realized, bro, there is no difference between that future self and who I am today, right? Whoever that person is in the future, whoever RNH Hunnid is in the future, I am that person today. There is no separation between us, right? That person doesn't even exist anymore. We don't have no proof of the future existing. They don't exist. That person that I'm thinking about in the future is just me. And so this life that I'm imagining for myself, who I have the fancy cars, I have an abundant mindset with money, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, right? This version of myself that I have in my head, I came to realize that's me today. That's literally just me. And so one thing I started doing, and I want you to get on this too, I got a piece of paper, I wrote down every single day of the week, and I just told myself, what would Hunnid do? What would Hunnid do? What would he do on this day, on a Sunday? Right? The version that I'm thinking of myself in the future, who is a full-time YouTuber, does content creation for his job, has investments in this and that, and doesn't have to work a job, right? That version of myself that I'm thinking of, I said, okay, what does he do on a Sunday? And so when I wrote it, I sat with myself and I started visualizing it. I started visualizing what I do on a Sunday, the errands that I have to run, this and that, right? And when I wrote it down, I was like, okay, that's pretty sick. Like, I can see myself doing this on a Sunday when I'm that version of myself, right? And so that just kind of sat there, right? But then I realized, I think it was a couple hours later after I wrote it, I realized, I was like, wait, if this is what I do on a Sunday, I could do this right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing from stopping me from doing what my future self is doing right now in this moment, though. What my future self does on a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Thursday, I could do that today, right now. I can start aligning myself, aligning my lifestyle to who I currently am in the future right now. And so that's what you got to do, because you're constantly trying to chase this version of yourself that you think is constantly just away from you, right? Do you think that they are a separate being from you, when it's like they're not? They are you. You are them. Literally, get that little motherfucker, right? Get that person, bring them to you, right? Because thing is, like, they don't exist. We have no proof of the future. They don't exist, right? The person that you're thinking about in your head, you are them right now. So get a piece of paper out, write down the days of the week, and write down every single thing that that person does that day, along with the beliefs that they hold, the attitudes that they have around the world, their perspectives, the different skills that they have. Write every single thing about this person and just accept the fact that that's you. You are them. Start aligning your life and your lifestyle to that person, because you are that person. You're not a separate entity from them. You're not two different beings. You that you're thinking about, who has made it, you are them today. So start acting like it, bro. Start aligning yourself to that. So if you see yourself as a millionaire, stop having such a scarcity mindset with money. Let go of the traumas that you have, things like that, right? Me personally, right now, I could tell myself, right, and I am, right? No secret, I am, right? I'm in a bad financial state right now, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking of the version of myself who's making 10K a month. Above that, who's driving my dream car, who has its own place. I'm thinking of that version of myself. That version of myself, I am him. He is me. So I'm not worried about money. Even if I deadass have, I like deadass have like $17 to my account right now. Even if I have $17 to my account, I'm not thinking about that. Because I'm so fixated on I am that version of myself who has already made it. I am rich already. I'm successful. The future doesn't exist. The past is gone. Who I am is just today. And I am that version of myself. And so start taking that belief, right? Start taking on the belief that you are that person, right? If you see yourself as a millionaire, start acting like it. Start adapting the lifestyle of a millionaire. Now, I'm not saying go and like freaking loan out $1 million like Lamborghini, but I'm saying like your attitude, your beliefs, your perspective around the world, start shifting those to what a millionaire would have. And if you want help on this on a deeper level, or you just want to chit chat with me, get one-on-one advice, and just like really talk about this more thoroughly and see how I can help you in terms of how to shift your perspective, shift your identity into who you are becoming, join the paid community down below, right? It's only $25 a month, where again, you get one-on-one advice with me. You can just chit chat with the other people in the community and just, again, be in a community of like-minded individuals. RNH Hunnid, stay Hunnid with yourself.